According to a landmark report by the Social Enterprise UK, there are now an estimated 11 million social enterprises, people running businesses, but with a crucial commitment to a social or environmental mission over profit. So, can a startup, geared towards growth, tackling problems, and increasing reach year after year, be in line with social entrepreneurship? John and Seungah say that's a firm yes.
Business can affect change, and that we can use capitalism as the tracks for that change.
And so we strive with every decision that we make to take into account the human factor and the environmental factor. My name is Seungah Jeong, and I'm the CEO and president of MPOWERD Inc.
John Salzinger, founder, MPOWERD.
John and Seungah didn't build MPOWERD by accident. In fact, it's taken years of calculated work. Building a B Corp startup isn't for the faint of heart. But if you can follow their lead, you might just find yourself as part of the growing wave of entrepreneurs changing the world for the better. Can you tell us a bit about MPOWERD and the products it's creating?
MPOWERD was founded 10 years ago as a B Corp and a benefit corporation with the idea that business can affect change and that we can use capitalism as the tracks for that change. And then we can reduce and have healthy impact by tiering down margins and localizing pricing for people that really need our solar tools around the world. We had about 40 iterations early on in order to get an inflatable solar light that we have patented across the world. We could fit 30,000 in a container, so logistics friendly, waterproof, durable. So within seconds, you have a fully inflated light. It does go up to 360 lumens. It lights up an entire room. It does have an emergency mode. It doesn't break, waterproof, etc. And for us, this is what matters. There's an abundant source of power, and it's really portable. And again, a brand can put their brand right here. So any corporation that wants to help the world and help us help the world. And then as I just squeeze and push, this fits right into your backpack, your pocket, etc. That's it. Great for camping, great for emergency, great for other people that really need them.
With MPOWERD, we're not telling people what they need. We're being transparent about who we are, what we offer, and how they can engage with us. And we are finding that, today's very educated consumer is looking for that. They care about how their products are made. They care about how their team behind the products is treated. They care about the supply chain. They care about so much more than just the product. And so we strive with every decision that we make to take into account the human factor and the environmental factor.
What is the mission that's really driving MPOWERD forward?
I grew up in a home without electricity or running water. So we did have a kerosene lantern, and I remember my grandmother telling me to please stay away from it. It was the black monster because she was afraid I would get burned. And that is a fear that many families live with all around the world. Over 3 billion people have either intermittent access to electricity or lack electricity altogether.
We realized that the lantern market needed to be sort of turned upside down, so to speak. So kerosene lanterns are very harmful, and they cause fires, pulmonary disease, and that's nothing compared to the amount of people that have lung issues because of kerosene lanterns or burned firewood without ventilation. So it's really, really basic, the necessity and the need that we're trying to fulfill. We have so many corporates that help in these sort of relationships, and they do it because they know they're solving a really avoidable but tragic problem.
John's right. In fact, this is such a prominent issue, we've covered it in other videos. Local entrepreneurs throughout Africa have been coming up with solutions to the widespread impacts of breathing dirty fuel every day. Tom Osborne in Migori County, Kenya, started Green Char at just 18 after his mother was diagnosed with a lung disease common among women who work over wood stoves. Seungah Moses from Western Uganda started EcoFuel Africa Ltd after finding out that his sister was hauling firewood 10 kilometers a day instead of attending school. It's no small problem, with solutions coming from every angle. One thing that makes these solar lights a complement to other wood and kerosene reduction plans, they can charge other devices. The base light John showed off has a 4,000 mAh battery that can charge phones for work, business, and school. This solution compounds returns for those who need it most. Could you describe what it's like running a B Corp and how that impacts scaling?
I think when you are a B Corp, when you are an impact company or for purpose and for profit, you are a tool for other people's morality. You're a tool for other companies' CSR, end of year reports.
What does CSR stand for?
Corporate social responsibility. So many larger corporations have a different arm that they utilize in order to do good. With MPOWERD, it's all in one. But because our lights can be co-branded, we're able to take a corporation's mission, add our lights to it, and really help them out with their CSR report and make it actionable.
We are beholden to our shareholders not only for standard profits, but also for our impact. So in terms of scaling, it means that, separate from a corporation that has CSR, everything that we do, all of our decision making needs to be consistent with our values. So as an example, if we have a choice between two factories, and one factory employs good practices when it comes to paying employees and the environment, etc., and the other factory just gives us a good price, we as a B Corp need to look very hard at all of the other practices of the factory. So that's just a simple answer, but those decision gateways are everywhere in a business.
Do you have any advice for early stage entrepreneurs?
Work hard. And then number 2 is work hard. And number 3 is work hard. Nothing is given to you in life. Nothing at all. I use an analogy that a baby gets hit on the back so that they can breathe, and they cry right away. Second you're born, you know how to cry, you know how to complain, you know how to talk about problems. Do you know how to get up? Do you know how to solve those problems? Do you know how to offer a solution? So to me, that's just 1, 2, and 3. Suck it up. If you're living in a developed world economy like we are, realize how grateful you are and make a difference.
I think my advice would be to learn from everyone around you who's willing to offer their thoughts, advice, expertise in whatever area they may reside in. And all you need is just a little bit of knowledge, but more importantly, the understanding of who to call when you need help, advice, etc. Because as we've seen the last couple of years, it can be a pandemic, it can be an impending recession. You don't know what you're going to encounter as a business, even if you have a very solid idea of what you're trying to accomplish. So having a full roster of people you can talk to, ask advice of, etc., is something that I'd recommend.